All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Computer Applications. In today's episode, we're going to be looking again at using some charts and things, but we're going to be doing a different chart setup than the pie chart we used yesterday. What you're going to want to do for that is I'm going to teach you a new skill that'll come in handy that you'll see reflected in your assignment. If you highlight a range of cells and then hold down the Control key, you can actually move to a different group of cells entirely. So for example, I'm holding down the Control key now, and you'll notice I just clicked and drug a range that was not next to the initial one that I had done. And you can do this as many times as you want. I'm still holding down the Control key, and you'll notice I can kind of drag whatever ranges that I want for that. But what you're going to want to do today is we're just going to focus on two different ranges. We'll see these two side by side here. And we're going to insert a chart, and you'll notice Google by default is giving us this wonderful little bar chart it created, but we don't want that. Today, instead, we want to use a line chart. Now, as you take a look at this line chart, it's going to function pretty similar to the pie chart, only the data is going to be slightly different. So on the x-axis, or the horizontal axis here, right, you'll notice across the horizon, we have the numbers from A1 to A10, right? So the numbers A1 to A10 here. And going vertically, right, up the chart here, we have C1 to C10, right? So the numbers 2 through 29 reflected here. And the line chart, right, you can see if you kind of hover over it a little bit, it shows you where your data points are intersecting. You can see all those little white circles there as we move our way up the chart. Again, so this is the option where you might need to switch rows and columns, right? Depending on how your data is formatted and how it is that the sheet program interprets it there. Again, you have the same customization options that we looked at previously, right? You can change how the chart is plotted, whether you want it to be kind of smooth and wavy there, or harsh as your data points come through. You can maximize the view so that you can see everything there. You can even plot empty values or null values, right? Those would be cells that are completely blank. You can run a comparison between a couple of things. You can compare various different lines if you input that data. Again, the same titling abilities, right? You can change how the line looks, right? For us, we only have one line right now, so you can change that line, right? You can make it a different color and change the line type and all of the different things that we've been doing. You can add in some error bars, right? So here's your, the error data set, so plus or minus, 10%. That might come in handy into some of the science things that you're doing, for example. You can add labels to it so that you can see exactly what's going on here. So here is the number 17, right? So 17 intersects at 0.6. You can add, different fonts and stuff to that, and we'll get that out of the way so we can see things here. You can change your legend and how your legend is positioned, your horizontal axis, and you can label that. Your vertical axis, you can label that. You can also add grid lines, right? So we have those enabled by default, but if you don't want those, you can take them out, add them back in, and all of the different things there. I'm going to let you play around with that a little bit yourself, but there is one thing that I wanted to show you that will come in handy. If you come up to your chart and click on the three dots here, you can access this chart editor, which is what we've been using here. You can delete the chart. You can download the chart as an image. You can publish the chart to the internet. You can copy this chart, or as we see here, you can move it to its own sheet. And this comes in super handy, especially when you're doing a lot of things for your science classes. I know Mr. Zoyner really loves doing this, having all of your data plotted on its own sheet here. So now you have one page that you can print off instead of having to worry about all your data and stuff over here, right? That is really the only thing that you're going to be looking at today, though. So you're going to be doing a lot with looking at how the line chart works, looking through those various menus and playing around with that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the recording here and let you go ahead and get started.